Samsung surprised us with the camera's S25 Ultra, but does it stack up against the iPhone 16 Pro Max? Well, we have a bunch of samples and I would say you should wait for the nighttime pictures. By the way, if you're up for getting the S25 Ultra, pre-orders are out and you can avail free $50 credit and double storage option. Link is in the description, do check it out. Now both the phones were at default settings where S25 Ultra was set to 12 megapixel and even the new 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor was set to 12 megapixel, although iPhone 16 Pro Max was set at 24 megapixel. Side note, S25 Ultra brings more details since it came with the 200 megapixel sensor. Thanks to Techradar for sharing these samples. So this is the first sample between the S25 Ultra and the iPhone 16 Pro Max. There are a couple of things we need to notice. Generally, Samsung overexposed the picture, but in this sample, both performs exceptionally well. The only difference we can see is the light. S25 Ultra brings slightly more light to the picture, while the iPhone manages it better. The second sample was more or less a true Android versus the iPhone picture. In this samples, I would say Samsung slightly overexposed the image, and with the new software update, we can manage to get it better. This is a massive difference between the S25 Ultra and iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is another image from S25 Ultra only, but this doesn't look that good. Samsung needs to work on green and blue. This one is overexposed, but will get better with the latest software update. Although, if you are for buying the S25 Ultra, Samsung is offering great pre-order deals and free credit which you can avail from a prior listed in this video. Now the telephoto sensor was really good on S25 Ultra, far better compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now iPhone 16 Pro Max has a 12 megapixel 5x telephoto sensor, where the S25 Ultra has a 50 megapixel 5x, and in this picture the digital zoom applied, where 50 megapixel 5x pushed to 10 megapixel, and same on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The bird is completely clear on S25 Ultra, even we can clearly see the bird's eye, but the iPhone 16 Pro Max makes it completely black. Although Samsung tries to put more light into the image but manages it really well. Nighttime photos is something really good on both phones, but Samsung was always ahead in the lighting, brings more light to the image. Now personally, I would buy both, since iPhone 16 Pro Max also brings really good pictures. Also, this ultra-wide shot brings more light to the image and it totally depends on your taste. Some like the S25 Ultra and some like the iPhone 16 Pro Max. This is another telephoto shot on the S25 Ultra versus the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but for this image, I would go with the S25 Ultra. Perfectly balanced on S25 Ultra compared to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And last year, there was one small issue with the S24 Ultra cameras where it brings yellow tint to the selfie shooter, but Ice Universe confirmed it and shared this image where we get the clear face on S25 Ultra but a yellow tint on the S24 Ultra. Problem solved. Make sure to avail the pre-order deals if you're up for buying the S25 Ultra. And if you want to see more differences between the S25 Ultra and the S24 Ultra, then there is a big performance difference and a lot of more differences. S25 Ultra, an entire generation including the Plus and the base model S25, came with the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset, and if you're confused, then don't, there is no Exynos processor this year for the S25 series. The overclocked version of Snapdragon 8 Elite already uploaded on Geekbench for the S25 Ultra. As we know, S25 Ultra will going to feature Snapdragon 8 Elite made for Galaxy processor, and here are the Geekbench scores. It scores 3011 single-core score and 9562 multi-core scores. Yes, it scores less than 10,000 mark, but with later optimization, we can see over 10,000 mark. The key thing is here, the base clock speed is same as the normal Snapdragon 8 Elite at 3.53 GHz, but the two high-performance cores are overclocked, at 4.47 GHz instead of 4.32 GHz. I believe we don't see much of a big difference between the performance of a normal Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and an overclock one. Also keep in mind, the 16 gigs of RAM option for the S25 Ultra is not available worldwide. That is a big downside we didn't expect it from S25 Ultra, and it is only available in selected countries. The second thing which Samsung worked on is the display of each device. There was one major issue with the S25 Ultra design, which was the middle frame. It was quite thick compared to the other phones, even more than the S23 Ultra. But Samsung fixed that issue on the S25 Ultra. There's a little to no middle frame on the S25 Ultra, and yes, the bezel size on S25 Ultra is smaller compared to the S24 Ultra. Also, S25 Ultra display is bigger at 6.9 inches instead of 6.8 on the S24 Ultra. Due to the thinner middle frame on the S25 Ultra, we are looking at a less wider phone. And speaking of the display, There was a big controversy going on where Samsung used an old panel on S25 Ultra just like the S24 Ultra, and it reflects the specification of S25 Ultra. Yes, we got the same 2600 nits of peak brightness on both phones, no change, although Samsung said the display is brighter with additional features, but the specs are at the same level, which means we are missing the M14 on the S25 Ultra. The anti-reflective coating and new Gorilla Glass Armor 2nd generation is here on S25 Ultra, which is more durable on paper. While we were talking about the price of S25 Ultra and things were looking bad because we expected the price hike this year, but no, Samsung stuck with the same price as last year S24 Ultra at $1,299, which means there is no price hike on S25 Ultra. Also, the great pre-order deals and trade-in values are out, where Samsung will going to offer us at most $900 in the trade-in value, which we expect for the S24 Ultra. Also, Samsung offered double storage option in the S25 Ultra as a pre-order deal, and you can get a $50 credit. Link is in the description to check it out, and along with the double storage option for pre-order, some markets might see a Buds Pro for free with the S25 Ultra. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is packed with additional features that sets it apart. For starters, it will be the first Samsung phone to launch with the One UI 7. This updated interface is designed to complement the S25 Ultra's rounded design, offering smoother animations and enhanced functionality. One UI 7 also introduced 2nd generation AI features, including improved battery management, smarter app suggestions, and more intuitive live translation. These features will eventually make their way to the S24 Ultra and probably S23 Ultra through updates, but the S25 Ultra is optimized to take full advantage of them. Another standout feature is Samsung's extended software support. 7 years of OS updates, but is already available in the S24 Ultra. There are a bunch of new AI features on the S25 Ultra. Samsung also integrated Gemini with the Bixby. Samsung is playing on a software level, this time with the S25 Ultra. Also, Samsung added 3 new features. The nightography is finally getting better on the S25 Ultra. This is the difference between the nightography being used and without it. The second big feature is the audio background remover. This feature was highlighted for the Pixel devices a while ago, but finally here on the Galaxy phone. Note, you can use this feature on existing files or older files. The third feature is a now bar, which we can also see on the S24 Ultra with the One UI 7. It will give us a weather update, your energy score, and more. If you're looking for a better performance, a new design, and enhanced features, the S25 Ultra is undoubtedly the phone to beat. However, if you're on a budget or prefer the sharper edges of the S24 Ultra, the S24 Ultra still holds the title for the best phone of 2024. Ultimately, the decision comes down to your priorities: performance, design, or value for money. Whatever you choose, Samsung's Ultra lineup continues to push the boundaries of what a flagship phone can offer. On this note, if you find value from this video, then give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Till then, peace out.